Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan and welcome to my August TBR. I am very excited for August. I feel like I've been in a really good reading groove lately, and so I'm excited to continue that on into the end of summer. I am still very much enjoying the warm weather, and I think that my August TBR is definitely going to reflect that. For August, I decided to kind of split my month into 3 sections of about 10 days long each and focus on a different type of book for each of those sections, and I feel like that will be a good combination of TBR reading because I will have a very specific list for each of those sections, but also 10 days and having a number of books within each of those sections also provides a little bit of flexibility in terms of which order I want to read them in and things like that. It's not quite as granular as my July TBR was, where I was planning out week by week and specifically the order I was reading a lot of books in. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First of all, for the first 10-ish days of the month, I am going to be fully in my romance era. I have had a bunch of romance books piling up in my physical TBR. Romance is not one of my most read or favorite genres, but I do enjoy it from time to time. I particularly like emotional romances or like childhood friends to lovers, second chance type romances. So the ones that I have on my list are Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This book has been absolutely everywhere this summer. I want to be in on the hype. I want to know what everyone is talking about. Plus, I think this premise sounds good to me in particular. I do think I will like this childhood friends to lovers, second chance type trope. And similarly, I also have Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I know that these books get compared to each other quite often, and I hear they are really similar in plot, so it might be a bad idea to be reading these in such close proximity, but maybe I can also make some content out of that and really directly compare them. But this book has a new cover and I am in love with it, and my experience with Christina Lauren has only been getting better and better lately, so I figured it's time to add another one to the list. Then I have what sounds like a very emotional romance. I'm not even 100% sure it's a romance. It might be just more of a general contemporary, but it's You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. I believe this book starts out with this girl who has lost her boyfriend and she's calling his phone just to like hear his voicemail because she misses the sound of his voice, and then it sounds like one day he picks up, and so I'm not sure if it's an alternate reality type thing or if it's like talking to the past type thing or what exactly is making this happen, but I just know that this one is going to be so emotional. I've heard great reviews about it, and whether or not it has an actual romance element in it, I am excited for it. The next romance I want to get to is Thank You for Listening by Julia Whalen. I have this book on audio through Libro FM. It was part of their ALC program this month. And I am particularly interested in this because Julia Whalen is a very well-known and very good audiobook narrator for other well-known books and authors. Like, she's narrated several Taylor Jenkins Reid books, Emily Henry books, Kristen Hanna books. And as far as I know, this is her second book as an author, and of course she also narrates the audiobook. So I'm excited just to give this one a try to see how Julia Whalen is as a romance author. And I think this book also follows at least one character who is an audiobook narrator. So I feel like that will be a really cool perspective and maybe give some behind the scenes info to what it's like being an audiobook narrator. And then the last one that I want to get to is Magic Hour by Kristen Hanna. Don't really know anything about this book. It's just on my physical TBR because I am collecting Kristen Hanna books. I want to get into reading more of her backlist, and when I looked on Goodreads, this is the one that had romance as one of the top genres. So I figured it would fit with the romance theme and I would just give it a try. And the good news is this is definitely shorter than a lot of Kristen Hanna books that are like 400 to 500 pages. Then after those first 10 days of romance, I'm sure I will be romanced out. So for the second 10 days in August, from like the 11th to the 20th, I want to get into some anticipated mystery and thriller books that I have. The first one is Notes on an Execution by Danya Kukafka. I have basically no idea what this is about. All I know is that people have been loving it. I believe it's about a person who is being sentenced to execution and about his like final hours or final days or something like that. Not sure what the thriller or mystery element is, or if it's even maybe a little bit horror. Not sure, but once again, because of the hype, I am interested. Then I want to read Can't Look Away by Carola Levering. This is the third book by this author. Both of her previous 2 books I have given 5 stars, so naturally I picked up her new release right away and want to get to it. Know nothing about the synopsis, and I've heard almost nobody talk about it, so going in with a completely fresh, open mind, and I'm hoping that this is a third 5-star book by this author. And then the last mystery thriller book I want to get to is Queen of the Tiles by Hannah Alkoff. I believe this book is about a Scrabble champion who is trying to solve a mystery with clues that are given to her through Scrabble, I'm pretty sure, which just sounds amazing to me. I love games, I love tournaments, I love competitions, I love characters who are really good at what they do, and I am extremely intrigued by this book. And then lastly, the last 10-ish days of August, I want to, just like I want to get through my Chris and Hannah backlist, I also want to get through my Colleen Hoover backlist. And all I have left for Colleen Hoover are her series, so I figured I would go ahead and knock one of those out in August. So I am going to go with reading the Hopeless series, which consists of Hopeless, Losing Hope, and then 2 novellas, Finding Cinderella and Finding Perfect. So I guess I will even be getting back into romance at the end of August with this series. Not really sure what to expect because Colleen Hoover wrote this quite a while ago. I'm not expecting it to necessarily be a new favorite series or anything, but I am a Colleen Hoover stan, and in order to have that title, I feel like I need to have read all of her books. So that is my mission. So that is my TBR for now. I think that's 11 books, so that does leave me a little bit of wiggle room if I want to add in some mood reads, but I feel like it's a very solid plan going into the month. So with that, please let me know what is on your TBR for August. Let me know if you are a strict TBR reader or if you're a little bit more of a mood reader, and if there are books that you are just dying or planning to get through before the end of summer. I can't believe we're already like almost getting to the point where we can talk about fall. Personally, I'm a summer girl, but there are some very exciting things coming up in September and in the fall time, so I still am excited for fall to come. But other than that, I don't have anything else. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.